Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on this channel, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to draft this conical over bust corset. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment on my channel. Thank you. Without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Right here, I've gone ahead to mark my vertical measurement, which is the shoulder line, the bust, the under bust, waistline, and the top length. The next thing I'm going to be doing right here is to mark my chest line measurement. So to mark the chest line measurement, you divide your bust by 6, then you're going to be adding 1.5 inches. So that is what I'm going to be marking right here. So I'm going to be drawing a straight line. So this is our chest line, alright? I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 7.5. I'll be marking my neck width, which is 3 inches. I'll come down by 1 inch at the 7.5 inch. And I'll connect it to the neck width, just like so. After that is done, I'll go to the chest line and mark the 7.5 for the shoulder line, and I'll connect the dots together with a straight line. So to get the armhole, I'm going to be dividing the line by 2. And I'll come in by 0.75. Then I'm going to go ahead and draw my armhole curve, just like this. So right now I'm going to input my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. I'm going to mark it on my bust line, on my under bust, on my waistline, and also on the top length line. So I'm going to be connecting these lines with a straight line. So I'm using my ruler to draw that. After that is done, I'll go ahead and mark my darts. On this side, I'll come in by 1 inch. And on the other side, I'll come in by 1 inch on the waistline. On the other bust line, I'll mark 1 inch on this side, and on the other side, I will mark 1.5 inches. Right now, go ahead and connect the lines. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to mark my princess darts. From the midpoint on the armhole, I'll come down by 1 inch. Then I'll connect that 1 inch to the bust point using a curve ruler. On my bust point, I came down by 0.75. So right now I'm connecting the point to the bust point. I'm also going to create a curve connecting it to the dart line on the under bust. Can you see? I'm also going to rule out the second line. I'll connect it to the bust point, just like this. Alright? Then I'll create a curve for the other side of the dart, just the way I'm doing right here. I'm going to be extending the line by 1 inch so that when I'm joining it together, I won't be short of fabric. Do you understand? So I'll be extending it by 1 inch. That is what I marked right here. And I'll be creating a new curve for my armhole. The next thing to do is to mark my vertical measurements. I'm marking my bust measurement right here. And I'll also go ahead and mark my under bust and my waist measurements. While marking it, I'll also be adding the allowance that was taken for the darts. I'm also going to mark my hip measurements at the top length. Then I'm going to be adding 1.5 inch to that measurement just to create that curvy shape at the hip line. Alright. So I'll go ahead and extend the darts to the length of the top like this. Can you see? I'm going to be drawing my hip curve with a curve ruler, just the way I'm doing right now. As you can see, I'm not making it straight, so I'm going to give it that curve effect by the sides. The next thing I'll be doing right now is to mark my neckline. So I came in by 4.5 inch at first. Then I'm using my pencil to create the curve that I want. I realized I didn't really like the curve that I created, so I created another one which makes it 4 inches from the upper part instead of 4.5. Okay, so can you see it's 4 inches. So I'm going to be tracing it with my marker so that you can see it very well. So right now I'll come to my top length and I'll come in by 2 inches, and I'm going to be creating the curve that I want. So right now I'm creating that conical curve for the hem of the top. So I'm using my curve ruler to create the shape very well. So right now I'm tracing the lines with my marker for it to be very visible. Okay. Next thing to do is to mark my bust dart. My bust dart is 1.5 inches. I'll connect it to the bust point like this. Our pattern is ready. It's time to cut. Watch the way I'm cutting it. Okay. So this pattern was folded into two while I was drafting it. So when you want to draft yours, you don't have to fold it into two. So I folded it into two because I would like to show you how it's going to look like when you sew it. Okay, so that was why I use a folded paper. But you don't have to do that when you want to draft yours. Just a single paper is okay. Then you are going to cut on the fabric. Okay. So these are the front pieces. So when you want to sew, you make sure you align them properly. Okay, so the next thing to do is to draft the back bodies. I've gone ahead to mark my vertical measurement as well: the shoulder, the chest line, the bust measurement, the waist, and the top length. Okay, the next thing to do is to mark my neck width. My neck width is 3 inches. Then I'll also go ahead and mark my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. I'll also come down by 1 inch and connect the line to the neck width like this. Okay, I'll also go ahead to the chest line and mark 7.5 inches. So I'll connect the line with a straight ruler. Alright, so the next thing to do is to find the midpoint of the line. I'll come in by 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to be drawing my armhole curve. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing right now is to mark my waist measurements. I'll mark my waist measurements and add the dart allowance also. That allowance I'll be using is 1 inch, so I'm going to be adding it. So I'm going to find the midpoint of that. So whatever I have, I'm going to mark it on my waistline, on my bust line, and also on my chest line, and also on the top length line. So I'll connect it together with my ruler. Okay, I'm going to be drawing a straight line like this. On the waistline, I'll come in by 1/2 inch and also 1/2 inch on the other end. Then I'm going to be connecting it to the bust point just like this. Okay, I'll also extend that to the top length like this. All right. So I didn't know my camera was not recording when I marked all this line, but I'm going to explain it to you right now. So I came down by 1 inch from there. Then I connect the lines with a curve ruler like this, creating a curve. So at this point, I divided 1/2 inch into 2 and I marked it on each side of the dart line. And I went ahead to connect it to the dart point at the waistline. Okay, so the allowance here, I made sure I added to the bust measurements, and I also added my waist measurements. Then I also added my hip measurements plus 1.5 inch. So right now I'm going to be connecting the lines, creating a curve just like this. Okay, so for the M line, I'm going to be placing the front piece on the back piece like this. So I'll just draw that pattern on it like that, so I don't have to be drawing another pattern. I don't want it to be different. All right, so I'll just place it very well and I'm going to draw it. Okay, so at the center back, I'm going to be coming in by 1/2 inch, just so that the dress will just lay flat. Okay, because there won't be zip at the back, but there's going to be a loop at the back. So I'm just creating this that's just to make it flat. Okay, so I'm going to come in right here by 2 inch, come in on the waistline by 2 inch, also come in on the M line by 2 inch. So I'm going to be connecting the lines together just like this. Okay, so this is how the eyelet is going to be. Can you see? I'm just drawing it so that you understand. So I'm going to be cutting that part out also. So it's time to cut. So right now I went ahead to use paper tape to join the pieces together. I also joined one of the back piece to the front piece. Can you see the way it's looking? So this is how it's going to be when you join your fabric together. Can you see the way the bust is standing right here? And can you see the M line of the top? Can you see the way it's looking? Can you see right here? Can you see the inside? So if your pattern is right, your dress is going to come out perfect. So this is how it's going to look like when you join it. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye bye.